Good evening, all, and welcome to Goonies View from Block 5 with me, your host SJ. Pre-season football is back. Arsenal football is back. Happy days. So the boys have flown out for an Asian tour taking place in Singapore and Hong Kong. I believe it's 2 games in Singapore against AC Milan and Newcastle before we head off to Hong Kong to play them right down the road in a North London derby. Before I get into the show notes, I'd be grateful if you listen to on YouTube, you like and subscribe, Spotify or Apple, you follow, leave a 5-star rating, 5-star review. These just the nice little stuff that help the pod get a greater reach out to more people, so more people can come here and listen to this sensational content. So today we're going to be previewing the AC Milan game, which is our first game on our Asia tour, with the game taking place on Wednesday. So let's get into the show notes. 30 players travelled, including 8 academy players. So in our 30-man party, we have new signings such as Kepa, Christian Norgard, and Martin Zubimendi. I would expect all them 3 players to play significant minutes across pre-season, integrating with the team. Players that are not there, haven't signed yet, of course, are Christian Mosquera and Vic Gyökeres. I would expect them to join up with the team, hopefully, once they officially sign this week. Join up with the team and with a view of playing, if not on Wednesday, our next game against Newcastle next Sunday. And obviously, Noni Madueke, he played at the Club World Cup, so I wouldn't expect him to take part in pre-season until our last 2 home games, being the friendly and the Emirates Cup. Our 8 academy players, including within, is our 15-year-old prospect, Max Darman. I'm not sure how much minutes him or the other boys will get, but they should see this as a good experience, in my opinion, because they get the chance to see how top players such as Saka and Declan Rice, how they prepare their body for long, grueling seasons. So if I was them, I would advise them to take notes, because in all honesty, not many academy players make it to the first team. So if they're able to take notes on what the top players do at Arsenal, they can take that to whatever club they end up at, whether it be another Premier League club or if they have to drop down the leagues to find a club. But they can take those notes that they can gather on this trip and implement it wherever they go. And they could probably become the best player wherever they are and hopefully work their way up to the top again, With pre-season itself, pre-season expectations, personally for me, I don't put a great emphasis on results. It's about performance. So if we were to lose 2-0 to AC Milan on Wednesday, I wouldn't be too bothered if the players put in the right work ethic. They work hard off the ball, work hard on the ball. They play the right passes as we expect. They play the Arsenal way as we expect. If they do all that, I'm not actually too bothered if we do lose a match because, AC Milan, they're a top team. So there's no shame in losing games in pre-season. I would be angry. Not angry, that's a strong angry. I'd be annoyed if we lost and we lost the wrong way. So the players weren't working hard, weren't tracking their men, weren't getting into the proper shapes that we expect, I don't expect that, but that's just my personal opinion, how I see pre-season. And I would expect that we would, from AC Milan through to our last game in the Emirates Cup, we will gradually build up our intensity bit by bit. And then come that last game at the Emirates, we're firing all cylinders, ready for our first game against Manchester United in the Premier League. So our first opponents are AC Milan, and we've got a decent recent history in terms of games against them. Our last game against them was in December 2022, which was the Dubai Cup, which took place during the World Cup break, that silly World Cup break that we had to undertake. I still maintain Had that break not taken part during that season, we would have won the league. That's a story for another day. In that game, we won 2-1, and we also had a penalty shootout after that game, in which we also won 4-3 for good measure. So we slapped them up twice. In European competitions, we've had a decent record as well. Our most famous night would have to be in 2008 when we became the first team to beat AC Milan on the home patch 2-0. A long-range effort from Fabregas, if you all remember. And then a young Theo Walcott came off the subs bench. Theo Walcott was rapid, by the way. Absolutely rapid. He latched onto a through ball and squared it for Emmanuel Adebayor to tap it in. And we left 2-0 winners. Like I said, we became the first team to beat them on their home patch, as we also did against Real Madrid, if you didn't know. We played them 4 years later. If you remember that game we had after a 4-0 defeat in the first leg at the San Siro, we brought it back to the Emirates, and we were 3-0 up at half-time. Robin Van Persie dispatched the penalty just before half-time, and so close after half-time, he had that chance where he's 5 yards out, and he just chips it into the keeper's hands when it was easier just to smash it into the top corner or smash it into the bottom corner or take a touch. I mean, he could have done various things he could have done except for what he did. But I did actually check that out, that game before I came on today, and I didn't realise that AC Milan actually had a lot of chances himself in that second half. So I'm not too hard done by looking back now. It was just that Van Persie chance was just etched in my memory. But they actually missed quite a lot of chances, including an open goal of their own. A new manager bounce. Yeah, so they actually have a new manager in charge, Max Allegri, who was actually also in charge of AC Milan 15 years ago. And he led them to the title in his first season, Serie A title. And after that, he gained a move to Juventus, where he won 5 Serie A titles in a row. Left for a couple of years, came back, didn't quite live up to expectations from his first stint at Juventus. So he left, and now he's ended up back at AC Milan to try and, I'd say, revive. I won't say revive. I'd say revive his managerial career. He has a stellar career, but revive it in the short term. In the recent memory, in terms of what he's done as a manager. So I think that given those circumstances, he would want to get his players working hard, implement his philosophy, and also just on that, the players themselves. AC Milan have not been great in recent seasons, so the players, together with the manager, will have a lot to prove, and their season starts the same week as ours. Not in the league, but they have a cup game, so they'll want to be getting themselves ready. So when that time comes, they're raring to go as well also. So I'm not expecting an easy game. I would expect them to come out hard, like I said, because they have a lot to prove. From our side, our approach to the game, you'd like us just to follow on our philosophy from last season, the way we play out from the back, play down the sides, play down the middle, with our new players, Zubimendi, Norgard, Kepa, 2 of those are essentially backup players. But Zubimendi in particular, I'm hoping that he's able to help us broaden our game and not be so right side focused. But then with that, I'm also looking to Declan Rice, who finished last season, like a house on fire, to hopefully build a better relationship with whoever's playing on the left, be it Trossard or Martinelli. Because I think that's key. If he's able to build a better relationship with the left-hand side, we will be able to play down both sides more. And defending teams will not be able to just defend heavily on the left-hand side, stop Saka, Odegaard, and be it Timber or Ben White. So yeah, I'm not expecting much, but I would hope for a good performance. But like I said, I reiterate, emphasize that it's not about the result. It's about the performance. It's our first game back. I'm not sure what the conditions are like in Singapore right now. If it's hot, it could be. I mean, it could be hot. If it's hot, then I wouldn't want to. I don't think the players are going to exert themselves too much. Like I said, it's going to be a slow, steady build up across pre-season, with a hope that when we get to the Emirates Cup game, we're firing and raring to go, and hopefully you have some more signings at that point, and they've joined us along the way and integrated, all ready for our first game against Man United. So, I mean, yeah, just a quick preview, like I said. If you've enjoyed the pod, as I said before, like, subscribe, share, all the good stuff. And until next time, all the best.